Get ready at your leisure, fans. This week, Rhea and I have got the inside scoop on a new vision that will be taking place near the east entrance of Zion National Park.
After that, we head out to 5 Mile Pass with a unique group of off-roaders as they show us how to kick some trash off the side of the mountain.
Finally, we join our friend Russ Stuckey on an off-road mission from St. George to Ridgefield as he makes the trek to visit Jorgensen's service department. It's all happening now at your leisure. Imagine you had a chance to peer 100 years into the future in a crystal ball and see a legacy that lasts for generations. Well, we're going to give you a peek of that today on At Your Leisure. Hi, I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we're standing at the east entrance of Zion National Park. And there, if you watched the county seat a little while ago, we did a show on the East Zion Initiative, which is going to be this incredible lodge that they're going to build out here within the next few years.
Right.
And we're 200 feet away from where that lodge is going to drop in.
It's really more than a lodge. It's kind of an experience here. This is not going to be like another Springdale that pops up. You know, through the 100+ years of National Park Service establishment, we've learned a few things. And fortunately, there's some visionaries out there who have learned a lot from it on how to make this a real connective experience. Let's find out a little bit about what this lodge is going to look like and what opportunities it'll provide for you, our viewers.
We want the lodge to reflect the National Park heritage architecturally from a visual point of view. We want it to function at a sustainable level with the building sciences that we have today, which is in keeping with the idea of preservation in the national parks. So we want it to be a contributive lodge, not just another commercial venture next to a national park. The experience for a guest is to really kind of step back in time of staying at a lodge at a national park and have that ambiance protected and have that ethic of heritage invoked in the building itself, but then to also get to contemplate what we can achieve with our current abilities to build structures that are energy efficient and kind to the surroundings that they're in, as well as appropriately placed and thought about and constructed with materials that are meant to last. The visitor center is part of more or less a farm center. So you're going to be walking through gardens, participating potentially in programming that is agricultural based. We kind of want it to be experiential learning as well as fun and enlightening to walk around and participate. You're going to participate with it, you're not going to visit it.
So the view you're all looking at behind me is the view that you're going to see when you're actually a visitor at the lodge, the new lodge.
That's true. Now we've had a chance to kind of look at what the project is going to be physically. There is a mindset behind it that we're going to explore when we continue our story. But right now it's time for us to go to our Where To adventure for this week. And for those of you who've been riding ATVs for years, have you ever kind of gotten to a point where you're out on the trail and you ride and after the 100th trip you go, what's the purpose?
I've done that.
Well, what if you could match a good purpose with a fun day of riding? That's what we're going to find out about. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are talking now about the inspiration and the ethics behind, the purpose behind the East Zion Initiative with Kevin McLaws, who is kind of the creator of thought on this project. And food's like a really big part of what you're trying to create in an experience. Why is fruit and vegetables, what's so important about them?
Well, obviously, food is a very connective experience to place. Mm-hmm. When you travel, sometimes the food needs to be, or can be very relevant. Other times it can be just mass-produced food. And so what we want to do here is create a very relevant, connective food and agricultural.
So how is this apple different than any other apple in the
This
orchard?
is pink pearl. When this is at maturity and you bite into it, it's pink. It looks like the color of grapefruit in the flesh, which always surprises people. As I brought people out and had them taste and bite different apples, and it's a good way to get a bellyache, but it's also, you can't stop, right? You know, and so I've had that experience with a number of folks, and it is enlightening and it's refreshing, and it just has that meaningful ambiance and impact.
And you're going to be able to connect this into a dining experience where
Yes,
people are
absolutely.
directly connected to the food?
Yeah, we want them to be in the food process before they eat it, programming it and having them participate. Participation is, kind of the mother of learning for the youth, and so we want them to see, touch, hear, smell, and then eat, and get that all the way down the chain.
This is a philosophy that Kevin didn't just come up with. He's actually thought about this for a long time.
You know, the old ethic of the West travel was a guy that would show up on a homestead, and they didn't know each other, and often the people would take in the traveler, give them a meal. That meal was stuff that came right from their own work and their own land, and then send them on their journey. And in a way, we're kind of, in a modern way, kind of mimicking that. We want the food to be grown on site for that reason. We want it to be relevant. And so, out of that, we hope they learn to appreciate quality food, meaningful activities, and as they visit the area, they'll have a greater respect. Land developers can make or break a community with how they develop, and a lot of them are, pro forma driven and Excel spreadsheet driven, which definitely has to be there. It has to be fiscally healthy, but if they have no higher ethics, especially in the environment of a national park entrance area, it can really be a detraction. The experiential touching and digging and tasting, that nourishing side, that really starts to push all the buttons of what really makes people leave with something besides a credit card bill when they go on vacation.
If you can't wait till 2022 for the lodge to come in, you can come up here to Clear Creek Ranch, which is absolutely beautiful. They have cabins and you can stay. They have reunions. The horses are even out there on vacation. It's fabulous up here.
So right now we're going to take a switch from Clear Creek Ranch, which is right alongside of Kevin's Orchards, and we're going to go off to our Along the Way.
Ah, what a great day to take out the 4x4. Any day's a good day to do that.
That's true.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. Chad and I have been exploring Kane County, and there is just so much to see out here, obviously. And out here in Hog Canyon, this was just like a dream a decade ago. I mean, this was nothing, and now it's like one of the most popular, most wonderful off-road trails ever.
So let's take a scorecard. If you have your Zion Canyon experience, your Zion Park experience on the east side instead of the west side, you can explore the park for a couple of days. You can ride ATVs over there. There are trail opportunities near there, like Poverty Flats.
Right.
And then you can come here and play for a couple of days. You can go up to Bryce Canyon for a day. You can go down to the Grand Canyon, or if you want, use Kanab as your base to get over to Lake Powell for a day.
Exactly. Really, this is a beautiful little hub, Kanab, and everything's just right at your fingertips, and it takes the pressure off those big parks and just explore these beautiful little towns.
Yeah, and there's so much. In fact, there's so much culture and history. We're going to show you that in a minute. Right now, take a look at our contest winner.
This week's contest winner is license plate number W98DD, who we spotted out on the Shoshone Trail. Congratulations, you won a brand new windshield from Clearly Tough. Visit clearlytough.com for more info.
And because you were sporting the limited edition Eagles Landing sticker, you're also the winner of a $100 gas and gift card for Eagles Landing. So be sure to visit any Eagles Landing location to get your premium sticker, and be sure to fill up your machine with premium Clear 91 while you're there. Call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Now, let's take a look at our calendar of events.
August 17th and 18th is the Ride for Life event, which benefits the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The ride goes from Tooele to Wendover and includes raffles and prizes, so make sure you're there.
Then, if you want a little county fair action, head on down to Beaver County for their county fair, August 21st through the 24th at the fairgrounds in Minersville. It's a lot of fun. You should check it out.
Then August 24th, we're headed to the second annual Bike Festival in Bryan Head with Kevin and Gina.
Next week's show sums it up beautifully. We're going to have a great adventure. And that sign right there sums up the whole concept of the East Zion Initiative. Now, it's a long way down the road. It's going to take a while till it gets here.
Right, but honestly, there is so much to do out here. You could just spend all year round. It's a vacation package.
Well, and you're just so well connected to things. And
yeah.
I like the heritage of Kanab. Movie Central. This is Utah's little Hollywood, and this is the place.
That's right, and this is such a cute little hotel where all the movie stars used to stay here.
Oh yes, loaded with pictures. In fact, whose room do you want us to stay in tonight?
James Gardner, he's my man.
All right, remember, there's adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure. At your leisure.
Do I look like Jim Garner?